Ahoy there, and welcome to another episode of The Art of Biz and Chill. And I'm getting into time management, particularly the schedule that I've been formulating and that I am putting into place. So at the time of this recording is when I've put together this schedule. And we'll see how it pans out. I'll have a little follow-up if you have questions. Feel free to ask. I'm applying things that I've learned, that I've done. But the main thing is getting, stabilizing it so it's consistent. A lot of it has also been kind of like aspirational, but I've been wrapped up in other projects and shit and priorities to not enact this schedule. So this is what I'm doing. So before I move forward, this is, the Art of Biz and Chill. This is an extension of my podcast where I am chronicling my lifestyle, travels, and innovative leadership as an unfiltered entrepreneur. I'm an artist, and I am an innovation specialist in the FinTech industry, making personal brand visual content for executives. I talk about that on the podcast. The artist side of things, or I guess the business side of being an artist, is what I talk about here. Though the time management component, I may get into it on the podcast, but the time management aspect is like balance. I'm getting into like both sides of things. So as an artist, I have my speculative fiction brand for Black ladies called Cosmic Noiress. I write short stories each month, pair those with cozy Escapetivities, which are, it's a playlist, it's different products and my merchandise to help immerse Black ladies in the experience of reading each of my short stories. So I pick, I set the mood with the playlist, and I have selected each of these products and developed the merchandise so that it captures the vibe of each story that I write each month. And you can read that on the All Things LAINAVERSE Substack if you're interested in the podcast. I do share that on here, and you can also subscribe to the Art of Biz and Chill Substack. All things in the show notes. I'm always going to say show notes, not description, because I've been recording the podcast more than I've been making the YouTube videos as of late. But time management wise, so my priority right now is LAINAVERSEworks. As you may have noticed, that is the for this, not the Art of Biz and Chill. LAINAVERSEworks is my innovation consultancy. So the podcast is like an extension or the media component of my consultancy. That is my service business. So that's a priority because I require income. I don't have a day job. I do have the privilege of well-off parents. So I'm going to keep it $1.50 with that. So there's a grain of salt to take with my entrepreneur insights. I can't tell you what decisions to make with your life. The only thing that I'm here to do is to offer you fresh perspectives on entrepreneurship, be it creative entrepreneurship, or if you have a service business, if you're selling products. I'm mainly, again, a window into methodologies that you can try out that may work better for you, that you can experiment with. But by all means, be your own motherfucking self and don't try to copy me, because that shit is corny. I know you mortals like doing that shit and then acting like you came up with things, but like or trying to be exactly like somebody else and then complaining that it don't work. It don't work because you ain't me. Like, put your own spin on it. There's 8 billion motherfuckers on the planet. Why would we all be the same? Like, come on. Expand. Like, this channel, everything that I do is about expanding and also defining who the fuck you are. Not just copying all the damn time. You got a brain. Put that bitch to use. But in any case, my priority is LAINAVERSEworks because I'm self-employed. You know, had the support of my parents for quite some time. But I like independence. It looked good on me. And, I mean, it looks good on any adult. But I am moving to Thailand. I got to have my own source of income. And, like, I've had a foray. And I guess I cover it more in the podcast because I do talk about, like, my past experience. I got past experience on the LAINAVERSEworks website. But, you know, I experienced initial success when I first started out having a service business, writing blog posts in the cannabis industry, and personal life got jumbled up with my money and all this shit. So I've had to rework a lot, restart a lot, apply a lot of new things I learned, but the main thing is making this my stable form of income, being location independent, and I just like answering to myself at the end of the day. So that's a priority until I hit, I'm thinking like it's kind of like 10K. It's like 10K a month is like the is the goal, the standard for just a service business. If I make more with that, fine, cool, whatever. But ultimately, I do want Cosmic Noiress, the art side of things, to be like the center of my time and my attention. So all that to say, like, that's been a part of me navigating, establishing my work schedule, and also I just, again, like lifestyle. Like, I think of everything I'm doing, like business-wise, as a lifestyle business. In due time, sure, I'll be interested in scale and hiring people and stuff, but like, let's actually get to that. Let's get to stability. Let's get to income and stability first. So, schedule-wise, I go with my vibes, with my energy, and just like thinking of what I want to do throughout the day. So that is something to consider, like, of course, your responsibilities, but also like how you function best throughout the day, or like just your actual temperament and your other interests. My main thing is, for whatever reason, well, I won't get into like the specifics of it because I think that should be like mysterious, or I just like keeping it to myself. But like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is just like, especially because it's the beginning of the week, I want it to be for me. So those are the Cosmic Noiress days. Potentially, I guess more so those are LAINAVERSE days. There's LAINAVERSE, there's LAINAVERSEworks. There's LAINAVERSE is the art side, that is my artist name, pulled from my name, Malane.io. And then there's LAINAVERSEworks side, that is the service side of things. Like I wanted like a consistent brand name, despite, these being slightly different, or these being different like fields and levels of work. But the main thing is because I want to prioritize myself, prioritize my wants. LAINAVERSE stuff goes first 3 days of the week. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is LAINAVERSEworks stuff. Then I have the day divided from 10 to 2. So I'm just talking work schedule, not full like lifestyle choices or lifestyle stuff. But like 10 to 2, 10 a.m., 2 p.m. is a work block. And then I have 6 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. is another work block. I'm still like at this time like navigating, because ideally I'd wanted like the AM to be committed to just creative work. the PM committed to more so the business admin back end work. I'm still working on my discipline with those frameworks, because it's kind of just like, oh, I just feel like working on this now, or if I didn't get something done from the week before, it ends up running over. But like the main thing is like having this awareness as well, because like it's one thing to conceptualize, oh, I'm gonna get this, and this done, and I'm just gonna focus on work. Like some people can do that. I guess because there's just like so many moving parts with my life right now until I'm like stable in Thailand with like a long-term visa, and I have like the lease to my house. Everything is kind of like still in flux for me. So it's like also making these blocks of time. It's also thinking like with each day even, or each week, it's like, okay, what is the specific task for this week? What are the 1, 2, that's it things that I'm looking to get done business wise and art wise each day and in each of these blocks, because like I still gotta account for like feeding myself, cooking, exercising. I made like the 10 to 2 and then the 6 to 10:45 block, because like I want to go out and do things during the day. I want to go socialize, or maybe I want to randomly, or maybe I want to run errands, or maybe there's an event during the day, or I just want to go, especially once I'm in Thailand, I just want to hit the beach. Or I guess that'd more so be in the evening because it would be stupid hot in the afternoon. I was originally like just going in the morning before it got really hot. But maybe I want to go to, hit a restaurant, or maybe I have a meeting with somebody and we meet in person, or I'm hanging out. It could be anything. I go for a swim. Who knows? So that's just like, and it's even like that time, and went like, it's kind of up in the air on Wednesdays, so I leave like Wednesday super flexible. Like Sunday and Wednesdays are my break days. I like having a break in the middle of the week, just to, kind of reset, take in everything from like the previous 2 days before I keep things moving through the rest of the week. And it's also like, especially when it comes to running errands, grocery shopping and stuff, like going during the day while everybody's at work, or just getting things, like just going to things, even if it's something like the gym, when everybody's at work during the day. So it's less people traffic. There's like another thing of like me considering these schedules is what's conducive also to my life. So the other thing, as far as the schedule, with it being distinctly like the LAINAVERSEworks schedule distinctly being Thursday, Friday, Saturday, is me considering client work and having those distinct days where I'm actually, because I design carousels for executives, so I have like a distinct system that I created for that. And the only schedule that I have on the calendar for, because like with the service that I offer, that I'm currently offering, it's like an entry service. So it's called the Quick Lane Soul Light Special. And I do 2 carousels, but it's pretty much like I get the service done in 3 days. So it's like me considering that element, but then there's also like, I gotta take calls with people, or like I want to take calls with people, anybody who I'm like networking with on LinkedIn, or that I want to reconnect with in my network. That could be between Tuesday and Thursday. I have my schedule available then, so that's also why I have like the 10 to 2 window is for taking those calls, though I'm gonna have to figure it out when I'm in Thailand, how I'm handling like my schedule when it comes to people on, in the States. But Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But for right now, it's just considering, I have like I've already talked about all these different working parts already. So it's like just figuring out my schedule and being able to like actually lock in, not just conceptualize it, but I use, what is this app called? Like it don't have no distinct name. Like two of the apps I use don't have distinct names. One of them, like the one that I use, kind of like, I think it's literally called To Do List, that I use to keep track of everything. Because the main thing for me is having a calendar layout. So I'm able to have a calendar layout, and then I have each thing each day. But then I have the tasks in different categories, and they're color coded. So I have that distinct layout. So for that app, that includes everything, like my entire life, not just business. Whereas I have this task management app called Asana. A lot of people say it's complicated. I guess because I don't use, like, I go in the calendar view. I don't even know how to use most of the settings. I've been using this fucking app for 7 years. And I don't know the settings. I just be vibing sometimes. Look, I've used it with clients. They don't know what the fuck going on, but I know better than them, and that's all that matters. But I use Asana for keeping track of like who I'm in contact with, and just distinctly getting projects on the calendar. And what? Then I use this app called Focus To Do List. See? Look at these fancy brand names. I use that distinctly for a Pomodoro timer. And I'm pretty sure I learned about the Pomodoro timer from this dude. I forget. I don't think I ever knew what his actual legal name is. He went by the name Katsumoto. He's this Kenyan dude who taught himself Japanese. And his website, all Japanese all the time. I think that's what it was called. And he taught himself Japanese, and he introduced me, like I was reading his blog post, he introduced me to this concept of time boxing, where Pomodoro timer, I have my own specific adjustment, but the default setting is like you work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, then you do you do 4 25s with each of the breaks in between, and you get a long break that may be 30 minutes, and then you do your next Pomodoro. I have mine set to 40 minutes, 3 40-minute blocks with 10-minute breaks in between. And then, did I do a 30-minute? Because I like put together a schedule a couple months ago that I'm looking to bring back into the foray. But that's so that I can take my time with the single task or the single project I'm focused on. And my thing with the AM block and the PM block is the AM block is just I have time for one Pomodoro, because then sometimes I just want to freestyle. Like I'll put a timer on my watch, be it 10 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. It's just like I want to have the freedom. I want to have some semblance of freedom, because time can be kind of constricting and irritating for me. But it's still like, once you get the time locked in, it's just, I'm only focused on doing this one thing and getting that work done. So doing one pomo in the AM, doing 2 pomos in the PM is my vibe. And then for actually structuring the tasks, I started using ChatGPT, moved it over to Claude, and then basically I get Claude to give me a tallied breakdown of the list. And then I copy and paste the list over to Canva because like a checkbox list, and that's just satisfying. And I guess because I do design, like I'm artist, I'm visually oriented. It's just like it just makes it appealing to me because then I give the blocks different just archetype themes, or I set a theme for the day, and then it writes me up a goal or whatever, just so that I'm locked in and in the mood. And then what? I guess music is another thing. I don't know why. I guess I got kind of resistant to lo-fi music because when I was in college, like my senior year of college, I was working to Nujabes and Sonic the Hedgehog. Like Sega Genesis, Sonic 1 through 3, Sonic and Knuckles was the music that I was working to. And that's how I got stuff done. Even my art projects. I don't know if I would. I know it was mainly with my art projects. I don't know if I was doing that with my essays and stuff like that. But, Nujabes, Sonic, they still have like distinct sounds. So it's like I need sounds that still kind of entertain me or keep my brain occupied in the back while I'm doing stuff. And a lot of like lo-fi is just like so, it doesn't really have much personality. And I do like kind of dabble with bossa nova, but I gotta stop being so finicky. So I got the YouTube Premium. I'ma hit up the fucking lo-fi girl channel. Like I subscribe, and that's just again get my head in the game. Like the main thing, let me check the time. The main thing with time management is like having, especially like when people talk about like how difficult it is to work for yourself, and I guess it's mainly just like working for yourself and like the discipline that comes with it. It's literally like you have to set the frame of mind. You got to set the vibe for it. Humans, we're very environmental people. So it's like, sure, I be doing the bad thing and working from my bed. I don't find working from a desk comfortable. I'm short. So I am perpetually uncomfortable working from a desk because it's just like where the chair is, my legs be dangling. If I put the chair too low, then the desk be up here to my chest. It's just annoying. So it's like I do working standing up, but then my legs get tired. I can't stand the whole time. And then give or take where I'm at, like I don't have just like that height to work with. So I guess what also threw me off is like I had this lap desk that I bought from my mom, and I'm gonna buy one where it's like adjustable or whatever. I like working on the floor, and give or take with coffee tables, you may or may not be able to put your legs underneath, the height, whatever. So it's like it's a comfort thing. So it's like it's a comfort thing. It's a setting up the area for where you're working or the type of desk you're working on, whatever. But then it's like me choosing to listen to, Lo-Fi Girl in the live streams is then I'm only going to be listening to that when I'm working, not like when I'm doing anything else. And like I said, with me, instead of me using the to-do list, the literal to-do list app that I have, like I check in with it on my phone, but the main thing is because it's not only for work, I need something that's only for work, which is why I have, that's only for work. And then I want to have like something just creative and engaging to look at, I put this together type shit. So that's like why I have the Canva checklist that I do. And it's also like because I'm working on the browser, because originally I was exporting it as a PDF, but now I just use it in the same Canva file because when I check I just get the satisfaction when I check the checkbox, it lines it out or whatever. So I keep that tab open. Then once I'm done, I can go in and like check things, and it's like getting that dopamine, that satisfaction hit of like gradually making that process, just making progress and then getting to completion. And then as far as, I guess I already got into like only focusing on one or two things each day. And really, if I'm focusing on one thing all day, that's for the AM and PM block. I'm still finagling how I'm handling creativity. Just having, because I'm doing all this shit so I can just have like a complete creativity days, or like most of my week is just creativity. Just working on my project or my story and all this other shit's taken care of. But Mondays are what I have committed to just putting in most, if not all of the legwork for creating. I guess it's not going to be the case tomorrow because what is it? So I guess it's like understand, like building out your work, understand like your work style, or understand like the different frames of mind that you gotta have. So when I write the, like I said, I put out a short story every Wednesday. Every Monday I put out, it's called the Maestra Mastery Update. So I share the progress on what's happening with Cosmic Noiress. I may also share things that cross over with LAINAVERSEworks, but it's one frame of mind to do all this writing, and then it's like another frame of mind for me to scroll through and select shit that I gotta do hyperlinks for, putting the images in, doing the metadata. So basically doing all the back end stuff for keywords and for search engine optimization. Like, I can't do that in the same day. I just can't, because it's not, I guess it's just because of how analytical it is. And creating, like, yeah, it's fun, but it still costs me energy, and it's still it's very high energy. It's very high energy. So I'm just kind of wiped out, because I've tried to have days like on Mondays where I wrote the whole update, and then I got links in it, or then it's like even shit like doing the subheaders and coming up with the title. Then when if I'm posting that same day, that's also like a task, because now I got to write the copy of the post. I got to select the images that are going up on social media, how I'm posting it on Threads versus LinkedIn versus Facebook versus the Instagram stories. And then once I'm on Pinterest, like, it's a lot. So I'd say it's a concept called like task batching, because like you're just in different frames of mind. So it just makes it easier if you spend one day on a certain type of task, or you spend like one chunk of the day on one type of task and then another chunk of the day on another type of task, because it's just working different parts of your brain, and it requires different levels of energy. And really, you can follow anybody's suggested system and it can work for you, but if it doesn't work for you, it's just like, you can't really beat yourself up. Like, there's 8 billion people on the planet. We don't all function the same. So we don't all do work the same. We don't all process or create the same. So it's worth like again, with the Pomodoro, that's 4 25-minute blocks with 5-minute breaks. I guess because it's like I really get into the flow of things, that's why I have it for 40 minutes. But because it's longer time, I want more time to be away from the screen to recover. So I give myself the 10 minutes, go hydrate, maybe get a snack, maybe do a little bit of yoga, loosen me up, maybe go outside for a quick walk. It just gives me more freedom versus like 5 minutes. It just gives me a bit. I don't want to feel. I don't like pressure. Pressure doesn't inspire me. It irritates me. So the more space I give myself to really also fuck up while I'm doing stuff, because it's like I'm doing a lot of things that I haven't done before. So that's another thing to consider with just the time. If you're not, even if you're following somebody else's like business model or their directions on how to do things, you're more than likely not going to get it right the first time, or you may get it right the first time and you don't fucking like it. So you gotta circle back. Some things you gotta let breathe and then come back to it. And that's just the reality of like, theory versus once you actually start doing things and bringing things into reality and putting in the work, it really starts to like interact with different parts of yourself that you may not have been aware of. And I guess that's my whole thing to end this with. It's my experience, and this is, I guess my overall goal is producing prolific, high value, lasting work that satisfies me. That not just that I take pride in, that it's world class. I want to have world class work that requires world class work ethic. I don't believe in working harder. I believe in working smarter. But even working smarter, I'm figuring out what that means for me. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Comment wisely. I don't need no suggestions, but if y'all can help each other or talk about what you're doing. I'm always curious about what other people got going on, so feel free to share. I'm open to chatting about that. Subscribe if you vibe. Consider liking. Share this with love. And hit the show notes to support the channel and to stay in my orbit in any way that you feel is fit. I get tired of saying the same fucking shit. I do and I don't at the end of every episode. So I guess at some point I will do some light editing just so I can plug that in. But either way, thank you for your time, your care, your attention. I don't get tired of giving gratitude. And deuces. For pleasure and glory, I'm out.